In this video, I'm going to do a review and walkthrough of BIGVU, a mobile app that serves as your personal TV studio. Yes, I said mobile app. I'll talk about what it is and who this is best suited for. Then I'll show you how it works. We'll go over the pros and cons. And lastly, if you stick with me through this entire video, I'm going to tell you how you can get BIGVU for a one-time price. But this special offer is temporary and won't be around for long. So let's dive right in. So what is BIGVU? Well, BIGVU is your all-in-one mobile TV studio. You get video editing capabilities, automatic captions, royalty-free background music, a green screen replacement feature, plus a teleprompter, all in one neat little app available for Android and iOS. I've included a link down in the description below if you are interested in downloading this app. Now, who is BIGVU best suited for? Well, BIGVU is for anyone looking to make videos, whether it's for social media purposes, educational videos, or if you just want to produce and share professional looking video content. I really like this app because it opens the doors for pretty much anyone to produce content. All right, so how do you use BIGVU? Okay, well, first of all, you need to download the BIGVU app. They have an app that's available on iOS as well as Android. So you can download this to your mobile device or to a tablet. And once you download that app, you're going to want to launch it. Now, once BIGVU launches, it's going to take you into your desktop area. Now, this is where you have all your projects available to you. And as you can see, I've got a couple of projects that I have been working on right now. I'm using a screen mirroring app right now. So what you are seeing is my actual smartphone device, okay? And I'm going to go through all of the features of BIGVU so that you can understand how it works, okay? So first of all, here are my two projects that I've been working on. If you are new to BIGVU, you will have one sample script that's available to you when you first log in. And this is the script right here, my first video with BIGVU. So we're going to take a look at that, but I just want to show you, if you want to start a new project, all you have to do is click on this blue button down here, and it's going to open up and give you two options. All right, you can use the teleprompter, which if I click on this, you're going to be able to create your own script inside of the app. All right, you can also create that same script by going into the web page. Okay, by logging into the website, the BIGVU website, you're able to also write your script there and sync that script up with your mobile app. All right, the other option you have right here is called Present Now, and this is if you want to just go ahead without a script, just go ahead and start recording. Okay, but if you're like me, then you're going to want to use a script because it helps keep me on point. All right, and I just want to show you what it looks like. So if you were to click on that, it's going to open up a new project. You can set the title for your project, and you can also write your script inside of this app. And as I mentioned, you can also do it on the web page. Okay, so let's go back to the project dashboard here, and I'm going to go into this project right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. You're going to see here is the title and here is the script. If I want to go in here and edit anything, I can. All right, so that's very easy to do. Now, when I'm ready to go, when I want to go ahead and start recording, I'm going to click on this button right here. But if you notice right up here, you're going to see what looks like a person in a video screen. So if you click on that, that shows you all the recordings that I did. So I tried this app many times and I've recorded many different versions, okay, because I was testing it out. Now, if we go back to the script here and we want to record a new take, then I'm just going to come back here and I'm going to press this button right here, and you're going to see it's going to launch my smartphone camera. And I'm going to pop up here in a second. Here I am. Hey, how are you? So I'm just going to adjust this right here, make a small little adjustment there. Okay. And then what you notice here on the screen is right here is the script itself. Okay. This is a little timer right here. This will tell you how long your video is actually, the length of your video. And down here are your buttons that you can customize. Now this button right here will automatically switch the camera view from front-facing camera to rear-facing camera. Okay, but we're going to leave it on front-facing camera because we're going to be doing a selfie video. Now, if you click on this button right here, what this does is it allows you to control the speed at which your text is scrolling on the screen, okay? So this text right here, your script, will be scrolling at a specific speed that you can set on your own, okay? This takes a little bit of practice, so you're probably gonna wanna have to go through it several times before you find a speed that's comfortable for you. Now, this selection right here, which is called pause on silence, this is a really cool feature because one problem that you have with most teleprompting apps is that once you press start, it starts scrolling and it doesn't stop, okay? And then you're left trying to keep up with the text. And what this does is it doesn't allow for any authenticity or any realism in terms of your conversation, because lots of times when we speak, we also pause for effect, right? So this pause on silence will cause the scrolling to stop once there's silence, okay? When there's no noise going on, all right? This teleprompter works on a different level. It doesn't read the words that you post on here. It works by sound. So as long as there's noise, it's going to keep moving. But when there's no noise, it's going to stop, okay? And I'm going to show you an example of that. This reference noise level, this pertains to the noise that's around you. So if you are you have pets in your home and the pets make a lot of noise and they're barking, you can change this to noisy. So what that does is it kind of lessens the sensitivity of the microphone, so that way the text doesn't keep scrolling, okay? So that's one thing that you can do to help out with that. So let's just check out this pause on silence. I'm going to click on this, and as you're going to see that as I start talking, it's going to start scrolling. It doesn't matter what the words are on the screen, but once I stop, you notice that the text stopped rolling. And now as I'm speaking, it's starting to go again. So this pause on silence is very, very useful. It's an option that I recommend that you use when you're using BIGVU. Now let's take a look at this option right here. When we click on this, excuse me, when we click on this, you can adjust the font size, make it as big as you want. You can change the text area, so you can make it much wider if you want to. Again, I like to keep things on the smaller side just because on a mobile device, you're not going to have very much room to work. So try and keep things a little bit more compact. One thing here that's really useful is this positioning option here. So as you can see, it's positioned on the right. You can also position the text in the center as well as on the left. Now there's a reason why they added this feature in, and it's a very handy feature. I default mine to the right. If I'm doing a selfie video, I do it on the right side, and primarily because the camera, the front-facing camera, the selfie camera is located on the right side of my device. Therefore, having the script on the right side means that as it's scrolling and I'm reading the script, it looks like I'm actually looking at the camera and making eye contact with the person watching my video. So that's the reason why they allow you to move the text from right to left to center, okay? So we're gonna keep it on the right, and that's perfectly suited for me. If I were to rotate my device a certain way, I would be able to move the text wherever I needed to move it to be placed right near where the camera's at, okay? So very handy tool. Now if we click on this, this is an auto exposure lock, meaning when you start recording, let's say you are near a window and you're using natural light. Usually when the sun starts to shift, the lighting changes as well. Well, what this will do is it will allow you to auto lock the exposure and keep it at that very exposure so that you have consistency across your video, okay? When you're in an office and you have artificial light, then you probably don't even need to use this. But if you're outside or if you're near a window and you use that for your lighting, then you probably want to use this auto locking, auto exposure lock feature, okay? This feature right here, this auto stops when the script is over, meaning that it'll stop recording once you've reached the end of your script, okay? Normally, I would probably leave this off, okay? I wouldn't turn that on, and the reason why is that what I like to do is I would like to download this raw file and edit it in my editing program. So I use Camtasia, so after I make the video, I would probably want to upload it to Camtasia, make some additional edits to it, and then upload it, let's say, to someplace like YouTube, okay? But that's up to you. This is something that you're going to have to experiment with when you are using this app, okay? And the last selection here allows you to select the resolution that you want to record at. So you have 1080, 720, and 480, okay? So when you're ready to go, when you're ready to record, all you have to do is press this big red button and it's going to count down and you'll be able to start recording your video. So I'm going to record this video as a sample, all right? Hi, this is Ken Furukawa from kenfurukawa.com, and I am making my first video with BIGVU. I record with a teleprompter so my eyes stay focused on the camera. No need to memorize any lines. WORDTRIM allows me to trim my video so it's perfect. I just highlight the word where I want my video to start and it will remove the unwanted parts. Once I go premium, my videos will no longer have the BIGVU logo. I can add my own logo, titling and music background, and many other cool features. It's one tap to post my video and connect with my audience. It's that simple. Okay, so as you can see, as it ended, it stopped right there. Okay, now I'm going to just stop the recording and we're going to let BIGVU do its thing. It's going to take us to, I guess you would call this like your storyboard where you can do a lot of the editing. So you can do a retake of this video or redo. You can change the title and script if you want to. You can edit with WORDTRIM. You can crop. You can add captions, add a logo, do a green screen replacement, which is really handy. You can delete it and you can share it. So what we're going to do is, because the new take is basically just re-recording and the title and the script is just basically just changing the title and the script, the editing piece I'm going to revisit, but I want to go into the crop, captions, logo, and green screen replacement. Okay, so let's click on that, and it gives you several options. You can style your video with captions, you can style it with no captions, or you can replace the green screen in the back. Okay, so we're going to style it with captions. Now it's going to ask me to select a speech language, so you just select what's appropriate for you. I'm always going to choose English, and then it's going to go to work. All right, and it's generating a preview for us. All right, so here is our video right here. We can resize the video. So right now it's in vertical. If I change it to horizontal, what you'll see is it comes up with these bars here on the side, okay? And then here we have the square version right here. And the square version is more useful if you're going to be posting this to, let's say, Instagram or maybe even Facebook. But I'm just going to keep it here on the vertical, okay? And again, I'm not going to crop this. I'm just going to keep it the way that it is. But if you look very closely, you can see that the captions are already in here, as well as a logo. So we're going to take a look at that when we go into this next section here. So now we can choose the theme. And this theme is kind of what pertains to the actual captions themselves. So there are other options here, and I'll show this to you when we go into the website. But you can see you have a multitude of options here, but I'm just going to keep it on the gradient option here. I'm going to save it and we're going to move on to the next piece here. So now we have the logo. So if you click on that, okay, you can upload a new logo if you want. You can also increase the size of your logo. If I slide this over here, I can make the logo very big. Okay, but I'm just going to shrink it back down because I don't need a very big logo. Also, you can change the positioning, so I can move it to the left top, right top. I can move it to the bottom if I want to. Let's go to bottom right so you can see what that looks like, and as well as bottom left. Okay, but in this case, I like to keep my logo up and on the top right. So we're going to go up top. The only thing that you cannot do with this logo is to change the opacity. So if you are the type that wants your logo to be a little bit transparent, then you're going to have to upload a transparent version of your logo because you can't do it in BIGVU. Okay, so now that we chose that, let's go on to the next selection here. And this is where you're able to add some background music. Now, BIGVU gives you some selections here. So I'm just going to scroll through. You can see some of the music that they have available here. Okay, so you'll be able to choose any of these music. So let's just choose this motivational one. So you can hear a little bit of sample of that. Okay, we can pause it. We can scroll through and check out all the other different types of music that they have. They also, if you tap on this more, you'll see some of the other music that's available. So I know in going through this, they had a ukulele one right here. So I'm going to choose this song right here. Okay, I like that song, so I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to click on save. And what you're going to notice here too is down here, you can change the ratio in terms of the sound of the voice versus the sound of the music or the volume. Okay, so right now the voice is about at 95% and the music is at 5%, which is a good ratio. So we're going to keep it like that. Then I'm going to click on this next option right here. And this is where you can add an outro. Okay, so let's click on that. And you can see there's like a business card outro if you want to add that in there, and you can change the text. You can add your name, you can add an email address, phone number, a website address if you want to. Okay, I'm going to leave. So on the intro, you can also do the same thing too. If you want to put the business card up front, you can. If you want to add a logo up there, you can, but I'm just going to leave it as is, and we're going to save this. And then lastly, we have the closed captioning, and this is where you can go in and actually make some changes to the actual text. So you can add some emphasis. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. You can change the font type in terms of regular, bold, or highlight. Okay, so you can do some customization there, which will show up in the closed captioning. We're just going to leave that as is. Okay, and when you're ready to make the video, all you do is click on this button, make video. So now BIGVU is going to go to work. It's going to upload this video file and it's going to render it with the captions and all the changes that we made. This may take a little while, so I'm going to pause this video and we'll get right back to it. Okay. Once it's done uploading, it goes through the processing process, I guess. So I'm also going to put this on pause and then we'll start up again once this is done processing. Done processing. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this video. All right, so we're going to just click on it, and this is the finished video here. I'm just going to play a small snippet of it so you can see what it looks like and see the final result here.
And I am making my first video with BIGVU. I record with a teleprompter so my eyes stay focused on the camera.
So you can see that the captions come out really good. You see that I have my logo up here prominently displayed. Very easy to do. I did this all on my smartphone. So very, very easy, very intuitive. It just takes a little practice, obviously, with some of the settings, but I think overall it's a really easy app to use. All right, so now you know how to do the basic editing on a video. I want to talk a little bit about WORDTRIM, because WORDTRIM, for me, it's one of the drawbacks of this app. This app does not allow you to do any type of fine tuning when it comes to editing the video footage. And I'm going to show you how WORDTRIM works. And it's kind of, to me, a negative. It's one of the cons with this app. But again, there's workarounds to get around that. So let's go into our videos here. And as you can see this video right here, this is our original, okay? And this is the one that we uploaded. You can tell because there is a little cloud over here, okay? So if we want to go in, we can't edit something that's already been uploaded. We have to go into the original. So let's go ahead into the original video. And so you're going to see all the same options that we had before. We went through this crop, captions, logo, and green screen replacement. We're going to go into edit with WORDTRIM. So once you launch that, what's going to happen is you're going to see that your entire script is here. Okay, everything is here from beginning to end. Now, if you wanted to edit out anything from this video, you have to do it via the script. Okay, and this is one of the drawbacks, because normally in any other video editing app, you can fine tune specific areas. I can't do that with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's say, eliminate this last sentence. And in order to do that, I would just slide this piece like this, and you're going to see that the highlights start moving as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there. So now I've eliminated that last sentence. So this is where you'd be trimming it, and that's basically how you would edit that video. And again, it doesn't allow for any fine tuning. Let's say I wanted to edit out this word, right? I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's the reason why, for me, I would record this, I would download the raw file, and I would edit out certain parts of the video to make it smoother or much better. Okay, so this is how that would work. Once you, let's say you want to eliminate that sentence, all you do is you click on the check mark, and then now it goes through the trimming process. And Once the trimming process is done, you're going to notice that the video is going to be shorter. Right now, this video is at 44 seconds, and the trimmed video now is at 32 seconds. So we trimmed off, roughly 12 seconds by taking away that final sentence. So here is the final video that we just created through WORDTRIM, or edited with WORDTRIM. And if I play it, you'll hear it.
From kkfurukawa.com, and I am making my first video with BIGVU. I record titling and music background and many other cool features.
So as you can see, I edited that piece out, but again, it's not as smooth as it probably would be if I did it in a video editing software. But that's how WORDTRIM works. Again, this app overall is really good. This is the one thing that I hope that they would improve on in the future. All right, now that we've taken a look at the mobile app, let's take a look at the website. Now, you're going to use the exact same credentials on your mobile app to log into the website. And when you log in, this is your desktop right here. These are all the projects that you have worked on. When you click on this is a menu option. It's going to give you a bunch of different things that you can access. This is the one that I'm going to urge you to really take a look at. It's called your branding. Okay. Now, when you're in your branding, you can upload your logo, so it's going to be ready for you to use. When it comes to the titling, this is where you're able to customize the titling. So you can change some of the options in terms of the color, the font, okay, and you can save your own template to fit your own style, okay, so you can use that when you create your videos. The template editor here, this allows you to edit the lower third, okay, so if you have a specific color scheme for your brand, you can edit your lower third, save it as a template, so that way when you create your videos, you always have that consistent look, okay. Now, if we also look down here, there's a media library. You can upload media elements for use with your videos, okay? Now, ask the coach. This is more of like, I would say more like a support area. So you get weekly webinars, you can see demos and things like that, okay? So you can learn a little bit more about BIGVU, which I think is very handy. So I recommend you take a look at that. The task list, this is where you can see all the things that I've asked them to do. Basically, when I create a video and I upload it or I make some changes, they create what's called a task list. Okay, and you can see all of the things that I've had them do. Okay, social links is obviously your social links. Pages, I'm going to show you what this is, but this is basically a landing page that you can create that's going to highlight your video. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. But essentially, that's pretty much the menu options right here on the left side. Now, when you are in your desktop, if you want to create a script, all you got to do is click on this create button right here. You can create a script simply by typing your headline, writing your script, save your script, and then send it over to the app. So that way, wherever you're at, you're ready to roll, okay? Now, if we go back here and we take a look at the composer. The composer, I have not tested out yet, but what it looks like is you're able to compose a video using various elements. Okay, so if you have a video clip or you have photos, you can add those in here and create a video. Now, I'm going to have to explore this a little bit more in depth, but this is what I'm assuming this is. So if you try it out and it's different, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'd like to go ahead and probably make a video about exploring how to use this composer as well. Okay, so let's exit out of that. Now, one thing that I also wanted to point out, and this is something that I noticed, it's really hard to see, and I'm just going to zoom in here. So if you look at these two videos, they're exactly the same, right? You can see the icon or the picture, the thumbnail is exactly the same. But there are some big differences here, okay? So down here, you see what looks like a video player icon. And when you look down here, this looks like a script icon, okay? So there are big differences between the two, because if you were to click on this 3 dots here and pull up the menu, you have this whole wide range of menu options here, okay? When you click on this one, you only have 3 menu options. So what this tells me is I uploaded a video that I completed. So this is a completed video, okay? And this is a script and more akin to a raw video file that I created, okay? So I did not edit a whole lot, okay? So let's take a look at some of these, okay? So let's take a look at the one that I uploaded, all right? And I want to take a look, I want to show you some of the customization features here, and you're going to see the differences. So if we head over to edit and we hop in here, you can see that I've already got my captions in here, which means that it's already been edited. Okay, so you can add in your logo. Okay, one thing that you can't do when you add in the logo is it's going to stick here up in the upper left hand corner. There's no way I can move this. Okay, but when it comes to the captions here, I can move the captions anywhere that I want. Okay, so right now it's right justified. I can go up to the top. It's hard to see up here, but I can move it back down and go left justified. I can go right in the center, okay, right over my face if I wanted to, but we're going to just leave it back on the bottom. Now you can choose the different types of text that you want to have. So if you created your own template, it will be in there as well. And you can apply them to all the scenes, or you can customize each scene as you wish. Okay, so that's the level of customization there. If you click on this button right here, this gives you some slide transitions. So each one of these is a scene or a slide. Okay, now when you add these transitions in here, after each sentence here, or each section, or each scene, it's going to use that transition. So you have to be very careful when you use the transition. So you might want to experiment with that. This is a full-on video, so I probably wouldn't do that unless I'm having a very major transition from one thought to another. That's when it would make sense to use a transition. When you click on this, this is your soundtrack, your main track. You can also loop it. So if the soundtrack is not long enough, you can loop it so that it can run for the rest of your video. And of course, this is where you can choose your video, your music that you're going to be using for your video. This is the aspect ratio that you can choose between, and this is your business card. So you can add your outro in there if you want. Okay, so that's basically how much editing options you have with a video that's already been created and that you've saved and uploaded. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's take a look at this other one here. Okay, this one that has this little script icon. When I click on that, you're going to see that I have just this pretty much just edit option. Okay, and down here you can see all the different takes I took. Okay, with this exact script. Now, one thing that you're going to have to pay attention to if you look down here is you can see that there are certain little notes down here, and this is BIGVU telling me what I have done. So I've added in a lower third and a logo, lower third and a logo, lower third, no logo. Okay, but when I look at this right here, there's nothing here. Okay, this means that this is the original. Okay, and you can see there's a little paintbrush here. So that means I can edit this original, and I can add different elements to it. So I want to show you how that works, and so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on this little brush here, and you can see there's no captions or nothing here. I can change the aspect ratio. When it comes to the theme, I want to just zoom in here. You can see there's different types of theme options here. Okay, and I did create one of my own. Okay, so you can choose any of these, but I created both of these down here just to test them out. So you can choose one of those options if you want. So I'm going to click on one so you can see it right here. Now for the audio, let's go back here. So you can edit the lower third if you want. So I can change the title. Okay, I can change my name to maybe my website if I wanted to. Okay, when you go to the audio, this is where you can choose the background music. I'm just going to leave it as is. When it comes to the logo, okay, here's my logo. As you can see, it's up here in the upper right hand corner. I can change where I put this logo. Okay, so if I want to put it in the bottom right hand corner, you can't see it. If I want to move it to the upper left, I can. I can't change the size. Okay, the size I could change when I was on my mobile app, but I can't do it on the desktop app. I wish that's something that they would add in as well. And then of course the outro, this is where you're going to have all the information about your business. Okay, so let's go back out, and I want to go back into this area again. I want to go back to the one that was already edited and uploaded. Okay, because I want to show you some other things here. So video page, this is another thing. This is another feature that they have, and what basically that is it'll create a full-on video page for you. So you can share this page with, let's say, your customers or to your subscribers. Okay, you can create a page. You can add the headline here. You can add some text in here. If you want to just click on this to mimic the video title, then you can do that. But you can also change this if you want to and change your text. Okay, now you can edit the strip. The strip is that background there. Okay, so they've got some options here. You can also upload your own if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. I like this New York background, and then I'm going to save it. And you can see that it changes it instantly. Here's my video. And when I'm ready to publish, all I do is click on the publish button. And what you'll see is you'll have this video page that you can send out to your customers again, or to your subscribers. The one thing that I wish they would do is allow some CNAME records so that you can redirect this and have your brand on it. Because right now it's a BIGVU.tv brand or URL. I would like it to be, for instance, mine is kkfurukawa.com. I would like it to have kkfurukawa.com on it, so that way, you know, it adds a little bit of extra branding on there. Okay, just a little thing. Hopefully they're going to work on that. I'm not sure. Okay, so if we go back again, this is your desktop here, and this is pretty much how, to me, you have a little bit more control on the desktop. So if you can head back to your desktop after you've recorded your video, and that way you can see it a little bit bigger. Things are a little bit easier to see on the desktop anyway. And this is how the desktop app works. All right, so how much is this all going to cost? Well, BIGVU has a free plan. And with the free plan, there's obviously some limitations, but it's a good way to test it out. You have access to the teleprompter, video recording, but all of your recordings are going to come with the BIGVU logo on it. If you upgrade to the starter plan, this is $14.99 a month, and includes everything on the free plan, but you also, when you record, you will not have that BIGVU logo on there. You can add your own logo, professional titling, music backgrounds. You can replace the green screen background, and you have one-click posting to multiple social media networks. If you work in a group, then the work group plan is probably something you're going to want to consider. You have all the features on their starter plan, but you also get 5-seat licensing. Okay, so you can have up to 5 people sharing this account. You get one shared workspace with your team, your corporate branding. You can customize the titling, the fonts, and the colors, as well as other advanced features. Now, obviously, if you switch over to the annual billing, there are some cost savings. Obviously, the starter plan will be $79.99 a year. The work group plan is $499.99 a year. But if you stick with me through the end of this video, I want to tell you how you can take advantage of a special limited time price for BIGVU. This is a one-time price, okay? This is a temporary offer, so you have to act fast and stick with me to the end of this video, and I'm going to tell you how you can take advantage of that. All right, so let's talk about the pros and cons. First, the pros. The teleprompter feature is spot on. I love using it. It is very helpful, and I'm going to continue using this app as I make some videos using my mobile device. The 1080p HD recording feature, also a big plus. You're able to record high quality videos, and this is going to be especially useful for people who are making videos for YouTube or for, let's say, Facebook. The app overall was very easy to use. I picked it up very quickly, and it just took a little bit of time to tweak some of the features, like the scrolling speed and where you're going to be placing that text, the size of the text, and the amount of area that it's taking. But overall, I picked it up very, very quickly, and I'm pretty sure that you will too. And overall, this just lends itself to mobility. Now you can have your smartphone or your tablet, take it anywhere, and you have a recording studio with you, literally, okay? So it makes it more accessible for a lot of people and more mobile. Now the cons. WORDTRIM. That's all I'm going to say. WORDTRIM was not my favorite. I hope that they consider adding a little bit more fine-tuning when it comes to the editing part, but I understand this is something that's going to help people to make videos quickly, and when you're using a script, you really don't have to go off topic a whole lot, that you'll stay on topic. But again, if you're not using a script and you want to edit, and you want to edit out certain sections, it really doesn't lend itself to doing that. There's no desktop recording. This is something that, although this is a mobile app, it would be nice that they provide this feature for people who want to use this on their desktop, all right? And lastly, the CNAME, okay? When you make that video page and you share it, it's going to go to a BIGVU domain. It doesn't go to your branded domain. And that may be a small thing, but if you're trying to build a brand, it's always helpful to be able to send people to your actual domain name. So there you have it, my review and walkthrough of BIGVU. What do you think? Do you think this is an app that you can use for your business? Let me know by dropping your comment down below. Now, I had mentioned earlier that you can pick up your copy of BIGVU for a generous discount. In order to do so, click on the link in the description below. This is a limited lifetime deal. It is temporary and will not be around for long, so you need to act very fast. Once this goes away, it's gone pretty much forever. Now, if you found this video to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Lastly, if you're looking to start an online business using a proven and honest strategy, then click on the link below to follow my #1 recommendation for making money online. This is Ken Furukawa from kenfurukawa.com, and I'll see you in my next video.